Welcome to the Northern Powerhouse interview series, where we're unashamedly spreading good news by interviewing Northern businesses and their successes during the pandemic. Subscribe to be notified of new interviews or click the link in the description to take part if you'd like to be interviewed yourself in a future episode.
Good afternoon, welcome to Northern Powerhouses Business Success Stories. So we are joined by Angie Downs this afternoon, who is the Managing Director at Halo Effect Marketing. So thank you ever so much for joining us, Angie. We really appreciate it. So can I just start off, can I ask you to introduce yourself to us properly? Can you tell us a little bit more about what it is that you do and how you help your clients?
Yeah. Okay. So I run Halo Effect Marketing, and it's a small marketing consultancy based in York. My background is I've worked in the corporate sector for years, 23 years in marketing, but I've always felt like I wanted to set up and do something on my own. So I set up this company back in May 2020. And what I do is I help small businesses with their marketing. So I always start with marketing strategy, and I help them to understand what's going on in their business, what are their strengths and weaknesses, how they can achieve their goals, and what things they need to put in place to do that. So that's always my starting point with a client, but I offer other services as well. But it's about really helping them understand how to use marketing to their best abilities, really.
Absolutely. So do you tend to work with a lot of small businesses who they're wearing all the hats, they're doing everything, their operations, finance, marketing, trying to do the whole shebang?
Exactly, yeah. And coming out of a big business, it's a real stark contrast when you think big corporate companies, they've got massive budgets, they've got really big teams, agencies at their disposal, and just looking at a small company and what they've got, they're trying to do everything themselves and they haven't got big budgets. But I really feel passionately about being able to help them to get the most from marketing and really understand it as well, because it's not really rocket science. It's just understanding what's the best thing to do. And I think there's a lot of people who are nervous about wasting money or doing the wrong thing. Yeah. So I'm more about helping people understand so they know that they're making the right choices.
Amazing. Can you get quite hands-on with the clients as well then, as well as kind of helping with strategy? Do you sort of get your hands dirty and kind of almost act as though you're in-house marketing for them?
I do, yeah. I offer a service called Outsourcing Marketing Manager because my background is in marketing management. So yes, I help define their strategy, but then I'll go on and help deliver some of the stuff. So I'm not a specialist. So if it's a specialist job like a graphic design job or something quite niche, then I'll bring in someone to do that, but I'll manage that work through for them. So ultimately, I'm responsible, but I'm not doing everything behind the scenes. Yeah. But I will get my hands dirty and do some stuff because I do still like that kind of thing.
Still enjoy it. Brilliant. So you took the plunge and started up during lockdown. So how has that been for you? How has it been since you set up?
Well, I suppose I'd be lying if I said it wasn't a roller coaster. I mean, nobody expected the pandemic to happen, and actually I left my role in the end of 2019. So my plan was to take a couple of months to kind of work on my website and my brand and stuff, and then get started kind of early March. And then obviously that hit, and I've got 2 primary school age children who were now at home with me every day. So it was a bit of a challenge, and it did delay my launch a couple of months, and I actually launched in May. But because I don't know any different, I didn't operate pre-COVID. I've not had that hit that other people have had. So networking online and dealing with people online like we're talking today is completely normal for me now because that's all I've done. But how have I found it? Yeah, it's been great. It's been a bit of a culture shock, but I've met loads of new people, and the small business community I've found is really supportive. I've met, like I said, great new people. I've started networking, which in the beginning was way out of my comfort zone, but it's the only way to go really when you're a small business owner. You need to network. So now I'm quite comfortable with that, and I've made some really good connections that way. So yeah, it's been great. But obviously the downside and the down of the roller coaster is I don't have that guaranteed paycheck anymore. So which is obviously a big deal when you're self-employed, and there have been pitches that I've had an opportunity and I haven't won, and that doesn't feel great either. So but the ups far outweigh the downs, and I wouldn't change it. I wouldn't go back and say, oh, I'm going to stay in this secure job. I'm really glad I did it, and I'm really pleased with it. It's great.
Brilliant. So what are the main sort of challenges that you've faced over the last almost year, just over a year?
My biggest challenge, and this is nothing to do with COVID whatsoever, I came into this business because I know what I'm talking about in marketing. And I thought, oh yeah, I'm good at admin, I'm good with numbers, I can manage accounts, I'll be fine. And I kind of really seriously overlooked the fact that I'm in sales and I'm the person selling me. And it took me a little while to realise what that actually meant and what I had to do. And that's really naive of me, but I just didn't consider it. So I've now have to learn to do sales, which is hard anyway, and it's even harder when you're selling yourself because it's all about me and my skills. So I think when it's a product or somebody else's, it's easier, but when it's you, it's quite difficult. So that's been my biggest challenge so far, definitely.
So how have you overcome that? How have you tackled that one?
Two main things. Firstly, I constantly learn. So there's so much out there for small businesses, so much free training. There's organisations set up to help people like me. So I probably have gone on a training session or a webinar or something every week since I started. So I take advantage of anything that seems remotely. Either I'm keeping up my marketing skills, because you have to do that. You can't just sit back on your laurels, and you need to keep learning. So I'm doing that, and anything with sales in the title or business development, I'm there and trying to learn. But I also joined a networking group, which has been great for me because it makes it easier, because I think speaking to people on a one-on-one or in a smaller group is easier for me than kind of trying to pitch cold. So I find that whole setup really has made it easier for me. So I'm glad I did that. And yeah, I'm going to keep learning though. Don't think I've cracked it yet.
You never do we? We never do. So what have been your biggest wins? What's one of the biggest positives that you can sort of sit back and say, do you know what, after everything else and all the challenges of the last year, this has been a huge win for us?
I had to think about this, and I'm still quite a new business, so I can't say I've made £1 million or anything big like that. But one of the things that's really stood out for me is I've got some really strong values. Like my company it's about helping people, and it's about being supportive and trusted. And I want to kind of just be that support to other business owners. And someone kind of played that back to me in a review, in a recommendation on my website, and they gave me a review, and it said something like, at last I found a marketing specialist who can help me understand, give it to me in black and white. And it just kind of played back what I'm all about, but somebody else said it, someone who I've been working with. So that's just kind of given me comfort that I'm on the right track, and people are getting me, if you know what I mean. So yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, there's so many people overlook the importance of having those really clear values when they're starting out, and they almost become implicit rather than explicit. But having really understanding what they are, and then obviously having demonstrated that to the point where a client has felt it and believed the same thing is fantastic. He's absolutely definitely a massive win. So what are you looking forward to now the world's slowly starting to start spinning again? What kind of things are you looking forward to next?
Definitely meeting people in person, because while Zoom is great, just you can't be sitting around a table and getting to know someone properly. So definitely that. What else am I looking forward to? Just I think a lot of people have said to me, and I can really see it, year one of a business is quite slow, but year two is when it starts to ramp up. And I'm starting to see signs of that, like people recommending me, or have you spoken to her, and getting commented on in Facebook. Do you know what I mean? So things are starting to grow, and it's been it's been slow at first, and that was a bit worrying, but now that I can see those things starting to move, I'm really looking forward to it, because I'm in this for the long haul. I really want this business to work, and I want it to grow, and I want to bring people in and employ them. So yeah, just starting to see that move forward, as I'm definitely looking forward to that.
Brilliant. And that kind of ties in with, you wanting to obviously grow the business and bring people in moving forward. What other exciting plans have you got for the business? What's your vision?
Well, ultimately, I'd like a bit of an agency model, in that I can offer all of the services. So while I offer the strategy now and can manage the other stuff through other people, I'd like to be able to offer everything, but I don't want to lose my personal touch and my kind of way of supporting people and helping them through. So I would like to move towards that. And what else? I'm also considering tinkering with maybe writing a book.
Wow, that is exciting.
Yeah, that's in quite early stages, but I think I've experienced quite a lot. And when you come into this world, everything seems to be written by men, delivered by men. It's all very business focused, and there's not a lot of the soft side of more of like well-being and mental health and that kind of thing. So I'm thinking about trying to bring something together for business owners that looks at it from that angle as well, and it's not all about the business.
Wow.
And I've had quite a lot of experiences so far that I think I could write about. So yes, watch this space.
Definitely. Yeah, if we can talk again in 6 months' time and see how you're getting on with that would be really cool.
Yeah.
And sort of final question then, Angie, would be, what would you say has been your biggest learning over the course of your first year running your own business? What's your biggest kind of takeaway learning?
What's been my biggest learning? I think it's just kind of, you need to trust yourself. So I came into this for a reason, and there's been a lot of second guessing, like, have I done the right thing? Well, should is this for me? And I think, again, it's maybe more of a female thing, but it's kind of, that you can do it. So kind of trust that inner confidence, and don't worry about anything. Like, it's that really, yeah. I think I've learned over time, and will continue to grow that side of my confidence, because I've come out of a big environment where there's loads of fish in a small pond, or anyway, loads of people doing the same thing, and now it's just me, and I need to just realize that I can do it and have trust in myself and have confidence. But I have learned that, and I think that will stand me in good stead.
Brilliant. Back yourself, completely back yourself. Amazing. Well, thank you so much, Angie. Thank you ever so much for chatting with us and for sharing sort of your journey over the last year or so since you started. It'd be brilliant to keep in touch and see where you are in another 6 months and how the book's coming along.
Yeah, that would be great. Thank you.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, Angie. We'll speak to you soon. Take care.
Thanks for watching. What was your takeaway from today's interview? Please post it in the comments below, and subscribe for all our upcoming videos, or click for the next video here.